Bantu klik subscribe-nya guys, dukung dan support channel Islam ini. Banyak ilmu Islam yang bermanfaat buat Anda di video saya ini. Klik juga follow dan klik ikuti-ikuti, saya akan terus upload video Islam untuk kalian. Mau lebih komplit videonya, ada di channel YouTube saya. Terima kasih guys.
I was a singer for a couple of years in the Philippines. It was a dream of mine. And I remember very well, I was in Hong Kong. I just finished a gig, a concert in a festival, and I played in front of my favorite singer. I met him and he came to my concert, so I felt very humbled. And I was thinking, suddenly something made me realize I have a good life and everything, but there's something missing in my life. I know I don't live my life the right way. Could not say what it was. So that was the trigger, and I decided to walk 1,000 kilometers from the border of Spain towards the west coast of Spain. And it was 1,000 kilometer journey. It took me 30 days. It was a great experience because I started to try to reflect about God. I met a lot of Christians along the way. So I think that was a big event because I was talking to God while walking, and I was asking him to, to manifest himself in my life. I wanted to find him, and I believe that walking was part of the process. Sadly, after walking 1,000 kilometers, I really remember very well. So you expect to be a bit more pure and holy, right? So I just arrived in Santiago de Compostela. I attended the ceremony, and there was a Brazilian guy who came towards my way in a bicycle, and he kind of like scared me, and I told him an insult in Brazilian. And he also replied to me something bad. Then I felt so bad because I just walked 1,000 kilometers. I thought I was becoming more holy. So after this event, I realized it's not enough to walk. You need to walk with something that is giving you the guidance to not hurt other people's feelings. I think I really heard about Islam is with 9/11, when actually I started to pay attention to Islam. So the first person that told me about Islam very openly, and the first person I remember, is a taxi driver when I was in Abu Dhabi. I had to wait for a flight to catch to the Philippines. I had 6 hours to kill, and I thought I should not stay in the airport. I'd rather check the landscape, and this I didn't know about Abu Dhabi. So I asked the taxi driver, what can I visit here? And he said, there's big white masjid, huge masjid. So I said, let's go. And on the way to this masjid, he started to play the radio, and there was this sound that I really loved, and this music really loved in my ear. And I said, what is this music? It talks to my heart. I told him that. And he stopped the car and he said, brother, this is not music, it's the Quran. And he started to preach me about Islam. He said, I really hope you can become Muslim, you and your family, and save yourself from the hellfire. And I told him, hold on a minute, nobody's going to go to hellfire. What is this? So that was the beginning of the journey where, for the first time of my life, a Muslim engaged me in a very nice way, actually. So because of my work, I traveled in all these countries. I lived in all these countries. And the Azan was going on in most of the countries that I visited, and it always made an impact on me. Like I remember one day I was playing soccer in Tanzania with some Africans, and suddenly the Azan started to play, and I was like, wow, this is powerful, this is amazing, I loved it. Then I went to Cyprus, same. The Azan was playing in Nicosia, and it impacted me. Like I felt pulled, but I thought it's not a religion for me, so good for them, but I thought it was a religion for Arabs. There are two reasons why I believe that Islam was 100% true. One is just a fact, because the Quran is the word of God, and I realized that. And I never knew that actually a lot of things that has been said in the Quran has been discovered only now, or a few decades ago. I could not believe that. The Quran proved itself to me that it can only be the word of God. It can only come from God and not the Prophet Muhammad. The one is because by experience, I experienced some miracles, so I'm going to share one with you. So I was searching about God, and I was praying to God, and as I was making that prayer, as a Christian, still. There were some words on YouTube about one ayat about the Quran about the rain. And at the same time I was reading that ayat, it started to rain in front of my window for 10 seconds. Really, literally, but really only in front of my window, not everywhere. I was living on the 30th floor. When I saw that and that ayat, I understood. Allah gave me the answer I wanted, and I started to cry. I was like, I felt so blessed, that Allah cared to show me. No-brainer. That's it. You want an answer? You want rain? Here you go. You want sun? Here you go. I would say the defining moment of my conversion, it is the speech of Yusuf Estes, an American preacher that I had the chance to work with and meet after, that explained to a black brother on YouTube what is the difference between the Bible and the Quran. Why he's saying the Quran is the word of God and not the Bible. And he explained so well that after 30 minutes I took my shahada. When I took my shahada, I felt like $1 billion. I felt like if someone comes to me and say, look, you just became Muslim, right? Yes. I will put 1 billion in your bank account, but you have to say in front of everybody, you're not a Muslim. I will tell the people, sorry, I can't. I don't want this billion. I'm richer than that now. The truth is so expensive.